Come into the room, 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 come into the room. Come into the room, please. Thank you so much for being here. All right. You know what? This is off the dome. We're doing it off the dome, okay? Because I just had an experience, all right? And I'm not going to sit on it. I'm not going to sit on it. I'm not going to digest it. I'm going to come on here and rant about it. And all right? And I want to get y'all's feedback. And because I try to make this an entertainment education channel, all right, we're also going to just talk about some of the deeper issues associated with this. All right? And you know, so I want to, obviously, if the title of the video, if you haven't noticed by now, how to handle vintage pick-me's. Vintage pick-me's. I did a poll and asked you guys, do you believe that the boomer generation, the Gen X generation of Black women, those two generations, do you believe that they care? All right, however you define care, do you believe that they care about millennial and Gen Z Black women? And, you know, Black girls, right? Do you believe that they care? And 75% of you said no. Okay, so do we have a problem? We have a problem. Okay? And it's something I've noticed my entire life. Once again, I'm going to put this in the context of how I grew up. Because how I grew up isn't often talked about. So if you come to my channel, I'm going to tell you about how I grew up. Because how I grew up, it needs to be exposed. The people I met, the things I went through, that shit needs to be exposed. And I met a lot of very uncaring boomer Gen X Black women. See, one thing you can never say about my channel is that I'm unfair. Everyone is drawn to task. Of course, I'm going to side with myself, okay? Everyone does that, but at the end of the day, you can't say I point out one thing and not the other. You can't say it. Because I've talked about this stuff before on my channel, and here I am to talk about it again. Dag nabbit. Because I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. Welcome, everyone. I'm DanieSteel. This is DanieSteel, home of the purple print. All right? I manifested the life that I desired. And I'm here to help show you how to do that for yourself as well. Okay? I put in a lot of work. And I think I'm one of the most qualified people to talk about these topics on YouTube. Straight up, straight the fuck up. All right? Happily married in a hypergamous interracial relationship, but I don't let that define me because I am who I am. Okay? I am the great I am. You understand? So, you know, I do it all. I've seen it all. And when I was in foster care, I lived in a lot of different homes. You understand? So people will often say, that was just your experience. Not when you experience the same thing 12 different times. That's not just an occurrence, okay? What I experienced was a culture of Black male worship, okay? That's what I experienced. A culture of Black male worship, a culture of we swear our lives are hip hop. Everybody trying to be a rapper or a basketball player, can't hoop, don't have bars. You need to take your ass to school, trade school, I don't care. Get an education. Just like that nigga used to tell y'all in those commercials. What are you waiting for? Get off the couch. Get your ass off the couch. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and get up and get this work done. Okay? But what I experienced growing up was a lot of people taking advantage of the next person to get ahead. This was in the hood. I'm talking about growing up in the hood shenanigans. Okay? And, as a young girl, I lost my mother. Y'all love to talk about how these daddies, they want their kids. Well, a foster care system determined that was a lie. Did you know that? The foster care system determined that was a lie. They don't want their kids. But see, y'all don't talk about the foster care system when y'all talk about this shit. Y'all talk about fairy tales and la-la lands. So I'm going to give you some truth. Where a lot of kids go when their daddies don't want them and their moms pass away. The foster care system. You're a kid in the foster care system, and a large percentage of the people who are fostering kids, older black women, are older black women. And I observed, this is firsthand experience observing these vintage Pickmeshas. Vintage Pickmeshas. See, they want to say that, oh, my mommy was a feminist and she kicked my daddy out the house. False. There's probably a handful of black women feminists on the scene. Black women, black people in general are segregated in this country. Y'all not hanging out with white people to pick up shit from white people. Let's start there. Feminism is a small portion of white women. So from that small portion of white women, every black woman in America picked up how to be and how to live? No. It's not possible. See, why your mothers failed you to the IGA cells out there now, these IGA cells now, okay, jigga cells, we call them jigga cells. These jigga cells, your mothers weren't feminists. You know how insulting that is to a feminist? I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not the, feminist, type of person, even though I do believe in the equality of the sexes and genders. But anyways, you know how insulting that is? That you would call these vintage Pickmeshas, these male-worshipping, male-identified females, okay, these vintage Pickmeshas, that you would call them feminists because you can't think of something else. It's real easy and real stupid to just blame the opposite sex, blame the weaker sex, right? Traditionally, the woman is seen as the weaker sex, even though I don't believe that's true in the community. I don't believe it's true in this case, but traditionally, okay? So what happened was their black male identified, black male worshiping mentality is what drove your fathers out of the home because they could leave. And these women would stay and take care of these men's responsibility. And what man wants to be around when they're not needed, right? It's like you can't pay bills. You're complaining about that. Can't get a job, right? Government cheese comes to life and kicks you out the house. And these women are willing to role reversal with you. See, that's one thing I'm not willing to do. I'm not willing to role reversal with a man. No, I'm not. Step it up. You better back it up. You better step it up. I'm not willing to role reversal with a male. It's not going to happen. You got balls, use them. See, these Gen X, these boomer, vintage Pickmeshas, they were okay with glorifying you, putting you on pedestals that your daddies and granddaddies didn't deserve to be on. And a man likes a challenge. A man likes to earn his keep. They really do. They really do. It's just like children, People will be like, I want to be nice to my kid because I don't want to push them away. Children like boundaries. They like boundaries. You have any idea what it was like for me growing up in foster care? I could stay out however long I wanted to. Nobody's looking for you. There's no rules. And going to school and asking my friends when they want to hang out in high school, and they're like, I have to ask my dad. I'm like, why do you have to ask your dad? And they're like, I have to ask my dad. And I didn't understand that. But I But I then begin to say, why don't I have a Dodd to ask these questions of? Because my Dodd wanted to be a motherfucking rapper? He wanted to be a rapper and not take care of his responsibilities? Talking some, oh, the woman made it hard for me to see my kids. They're your children. God himself shouldn't make that hard for you to be a part of your children's lives. Deities. Nothing should come between you and the life you created. And yet, this woman's attitude was enough for you to not be a father to your children. Fascinating. So anyways, what ends up happening is the man sees that he doesn't have to, oh, thank you so much, Rainey Townsend. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. The man realizes he ain't got to do ish. And he'll have a roof over his head. It's a very mediocre existence. However you want to pronounce that. And that's why they left. That's why they left. Because they could. You see, men and other ethnic groups and racial groups, they don't leave. Not at that rate. Not at that rate. Not at that speed. Why? Because they'll be shamed. They'll be shamed in their communities. I've oft talked about how Malcolm X, who died defending black girls and black women, they had a culture in the Nation of Islam where they would bring the people who did wrong forward in front of everyone and hold them accountable for why they've done something wrong. And Malcolm X, if y'all didn't know, now you know. Malcolm X, greatest black man to ever live. One of the greatest men to ever live, period. Greatest black man to ever live. And if they're not going to be on Malcolm X level, next case! Next case. Malcolm X said, I'm not going to keep bringing these young girls, these 14, 15, 16-year-old girls to be judged in front of the congregation because some older male is impregnating them against their will. These girls are going to the congregation, working as secretaries, and coming back pregnant. Who's doing it? And when he found out who was doing it, he was ready to bring him forth to be judged by the group. And they took him out for it. Toxic. So back to these vintage Pickmeshas. The vintage Pickmeshas that I observed in foster care perpetuated physical, verbal, emotional, and spiritual violence onto the children in their care. That's the majority. I literally only had one home out of over a dozen where that didn't happen. So I can't use that as an example because that's one home in over a decade of being in the foster care system. Understand this. These women perpetuated physical, emotional, spiritual, and verbal harassment and abuse. We talk about Michaela Bryant, who was murdered at the foster home where she lived. Everyone said, well, she had a knife, case closed. Well, have you lived in a foster home? Then shut the fuck up. You wouldn't know shit about it. You'd be stupid to not be packing some heat. It's a very dangerous situation to be in. And disproportionately, the homes are filled, these foster homes are filled with black men's children. Okay? Understand that. They're black children, they're biracial children. That's who's filling the homes. Okay? I observed colorism. They perpetuate the colorism, these vintage Pickmes. They perpetuated the colorism. They allowed the physical, the sexual, the emotional, the verbal abuse. If they weren't directly participating in it, they were aware and they allowed it. They put on a fake front. You know, when the social worker would come in. See, y'all love to talk about they kicked the black man out the house. The social workers came. False. Because if that's the case, why they don't kick the black men out of the homes in the foster care system? How many black men are living in homes where there are foster kids? They're not supposed to be there. Do you understand that? Nobody's supposed to be here. Oh, I tried it over and over. They're not supposed to be there. They're not supposed to be there. Nobody kicked them out. So you're going to stop with the lies. And you know who perpetuates and tolerates it? These boomer Gen X vintage Pickmeshas. And that's why their sons, their thuns, don't like them. That's why. Because they allowed these dusty males to walk and run all over them. See, a woman has to set boundaries. You look at women in other cultures, they'll be yelling and screaming at their man in private. Bopping them upside the head. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Because at the end of the day, that woman is focused on her and her children. She ain't thinking about him. A man can take care of himself. That's why I don't sit on this channel and be like, man. Any man around me is going to take care of himself. Hello, undefined artist. Good to see you. What's up, Sangada Sari? Hey. I hate it when they said Ma'Khia Bryant deserved. I mean, can you believe it? And they did that with almost every black woman that has had a national case. Sandra Bland. What was that light-skinned woman's name who was shot? These are women that were rooting for them. Like I said, you can go to any Pickmesha's channel and you will see comments from these dusties talking about you got fake hair, you're wearing too much makeup, why aren't you married? They don't care that these Pickmeshas are rooting for them. They don't care. They don't like you because you're a black woman. And they need somebody to pick on. They need to feel strong. You know why Yeezy is obsessed with dating white women? Because he thinks it looks better aesthetically. He thinks it draws more attention to him to have a white woman by his side than it does a black woman. Let me tell you something. Theater actor. I've done a lot of film stuff on smaller scale as well. I did this thing with Montel Williams several years ago, okay? And I walk into the room. Montel! Okay, I walk into the room and Montel Williams, he sees me and he goes, I want you to sit next to me. That's what he said. That's why that's what he said, right? So I was like, oh, wow, great, excellent, right? I go to sit next to him. He's very nice. There's nothing salacious that happened. He's a very nice guy. He was very respectful. They're about to start filming the segment, okay? This is when Montel had ended his talk show and he was doing other internet, internet-ish. He's still doing like an internet show today, right? So he was doing some different internet show about healthy eating. He tells me, come, I want you to sit down next to me. I'm sitting down next to him. 1 minute before they start filming, the producer comes up to me and goes, you guys are too close to the same skin color, and moved me. Right? Because she had to explain to Montel why she was cutting out his decision, right? She's like, you guys are too close to the same skin tone, and put a lighter skinned woman next to him. Okay? That's what happened. And then I got moved to the side back. Okay? Unbelievable. That's the business. But these guys really think that they look better and they'll get more attention being next to a light, bright white woman, right? A non-black woman. And it's the attention that they crave. Anyways, the point is, vintage Pygmesha support that. They support it. They allow it. I've told you guys before. There was a story that went viral. A black woman said her cousin, she and her cousin, her male cousin, and his white girlfriend were having Thanksgiving dinner. It just happened this past Thanksgiving at her aunt's place. And he says the N-word, Beckisha, because only a Beckisha would say the N-word, proceeds to also say the N-word. And she told this story, and everyone dragged her for it. They were like, and you just sat there and let her say the N-word? You didn't do nothing? They didn't put no accountability on the aunts whose place it was. They didn't put no accountability for this Dusty allowing his Pygmesha Beckisha, to say the N-word. There was no accountability there. They were just like, you sat and allowed that? And everyone was going in on her. And she was like, I have to defend myself. And they're like, you don't have to defend yourself, but here you are defending yourself. Listen, like I said when it happened, the bottom line is, if she had said something, those aunts of hers, those Gen X boomer aunts, those vintage Pygmesha aunts that allowed him to bring that Beckisha head of the table, I have no doubt she was sitting at the head of the table. That's what they do. Hey, I live it. This ain't an idea I have, baby. Almost every black man I know dates interracially, is dating and or married interracially. But y'all give black women a hard time. We were never having any discussions about interracial dating until y'all saw black women doing it. Then you were in your feelings. Trash. If that black woman has said something to her cousin and or his Beckisha Pygmesha about her saying the N-word, that Dusty would have got defensive and they would have gotten to it. Probably would have pushed her down the stairs. You know how they do. You know how they do when they get mad. No control. No control when they get mad at a black woman. No control. Probably would have pushed her down the stairs, cussed her out, and the Gen X boomer vintage Pygmesha aunts would have said to her, oh, that black man, you know that black man, he works hard. Don't you ever say nothing to that black man, because that black man, he goes out. Again, I don't know why I give them a Cicely Tyson voice. Shout out to Cicely Tyson, love her. That big man is fighting against, they'll tell you that, do they not? As if you're not out in the same world that he's out in, and you're a woman. That big man is fighting against those police, and they, shut the hell up. Shut your old ass up. All right? Much respect. Much respect to, the older Gen X boomer black women that do care and that have, worked hard to make this world a different place. But that's what I mean when I say care, okay? When I ask, do you think Gen X and boomer older black women care about younger black women? When I say care, what I mean by care is, do you think they worked to make this world a better place for us? Do you? 17 people in the room, please thumbs up the video and subscribe. And by the way, I'm asking this question. Please answer the question for me. Put a 1 if you believe that they worked hard to make this world a better place for us. Put a 2 if you do not believe they worked hard to make this world a better place for us. All right, please do that for me. 1 or 2. I'm going to catch up on you guys' comments. They said the same thing about Lauren Smith Fields. Yep, couldn't wait. And her brother. This is another black man's sister. This is another black man's daughter. Look how they talked about her. They can sit there and be like, well, black women said this about it. Well, listen, I don't jump on those trains. I don't speak ill of the dead. People that do, they're going to have to face that reckoning. But yup, absolutely. Corinne Gaines. That was the other one. And she was light-skinned. And she had 2 black children with a black man. And they were saying that she deserved what she got. And I don't understand. What does it take for them to like a black woman? The answer is, survey says, nothing. Nothing you do will make them like you. That's why I never tried. I don't care if you like me. See, studies show that black males have it easier in PWIs than black girls. Because, you know why? They say, oh, because they play the sports and they bring the hip hop and they're this gateway to cool. No, wrong. Do you know why black males have it easier at PWIs than black girls? I can tell you, because I attended PWIs my whole life. Because they pass out inward passes and cookout passes like candy. Do you understand? Because they will allow the white guys, they will make fun of the black girls and set a standard that these girls can be made fun of. You will not find white guys in PWIs making fun of, going hard at white girls the way these black guys in PWIs do. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You gonna ask me why I didn't end up with one of them? Fuck out of here. Where Malcolm at? That's it. Malcolm or bust. So fuck out of here. Y'all can't put your fucking egos down for 1 second. Stop talking about hair, weaves, and makeup, and stop being colorist. But somebody's supposed to go hard for you and care about you? It'll never happen. I noticed that vintage hate Lori Harvey, but love Marjorie Harvey. Interesting. Why do you think that is? Happy, Richard, Pretty. Do you think it's why do you think that is? Because they're both light skinned. Lori Harvey's a little warmer, she's a little browner than her mother. Her mother's got those green eyes. She's got darker, like light brown eyes. I wonder why that is. She only dates black men. Maybe because they prefer the finesse of the Marjorie Harvey to the finesse of the Lori Harvey. I promise you, because they don't use their brains. Marjorie Harvey was Lori Harvey, okay, decades ago, okay? So she was finessing the same way that Lori does. That's part of the game. But yeah, that's very interesting. Them vintage pick-me's would have dragged her. Exactly. What's up, Call Me Coco? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Okay, come on now. Zaddy's entanglement. I'm done. Zaddy's entanglement took black men. I'm done. Logging off. Yep, because she got the good black men. But Lori reminds them that she's doing what they couldn't do in their youth. Yeah, exactly. Jealous. And I observed that. Growing up in foster care and the plethora of different vintage pick-me, Gen X and Boomer black women's homes that I had, the displeasure of having to live in. I don't know if people are like, you should be thankful they took you into their home. I don't have to be fucking thankful that these abusive ass bitches needed money any way they could get it. I told y'all before, these women I lived in multiple homes where these women would take in children with very large disabilities, okay? Very great disabilities. The kid was bedridden or had HIV. And they took them in because they got more money for them. And then they didn't do anything else to help the child out. Okay? I have to be grateful for that shit. You could have put me in a group home. I would have survived better there. So it's people looking for stipends and looking for all types of handouts from the government, talking about with some idea that foster kids should be thankful. A child can't help if their parents aren't properly raising them. Not only that, it's not like these parents drop their kids off. The government comes while you want to claim they came and kicked the black man out the home. No, they don't. But you know what they do? They will take your child out the home. The child has no control of that. I've seen it firsthand. A girl I knew would privately complain about her son's white woman, then would give me a hard time for suggesting to date out. Yep, right, exactly. Exactly. Mad because I want to do better, but it's good enough for your children can do better. I've had that happen to me. Trying to shame me for being with a white person, and literally her child is with a white person. Grandchildren look nothing like all the other members of the family. Everybody light skinned, but gonna try to shame me and call me bougie. Yes, I am bougie. What's next? God damn, I'm not apologizing for that. It keeps me from having to live where y'all live. What's next? Fuck out of here. Standards. They'll take you far. They really will. Nope, threw us to the wolves and stroked the black man's head. Exactly. I'm sorry, this has to be called out. All right? And why it has to be called out for me was an experience I just had at Macy's with my husband, okay? My husband is looking for work clothes, okay? And it's business casual. So he's like, I need more jeans, okay? So we're looking through the jeans at Macy's, okay? Thank you everyone for being here. Please thumbs up the video and subscribe. Support the channel. Appreciate it. Don't lurk in the bushes. Subscribe and then you can comment. And if you disagree with what I'm saying, I'll drop the link. All right? I'll drop the link. Or link, however you want to pronounce it. And then you can tell me why you disagree. Okay? So, we're in Macy's, okay? My husband's got a plane to catch. He's out of town on business. That's what happens when you date a real baller. Okay? All right? Become a sapiosexual, ladies. It'll save your life. All right? Start being attracted to smart men. Because I am. And I'm going to have to do a video later on being in love with a sapiosexual and falling in love with with being in love with a smart man. He's not a sapios. I mean, I'm kind of smart myself, but I'm the sapiosexual, right? I find intelligent men extremely, extremely attractive. All right. So it's not just Malcolm X's looks. Please understand that. This man was brilliant. He was brilliant. All right. And there's no one else like him. You've never seen a man since that could figure that out. They all want to copy rappers. Like, dude, you don't have the bars for it, bro. Give it up. They be sounding like these 80s rappers. So I took a girl to the store. Shut the hell up. You don't got bars, okay? So we're at Macy's. We're looking through the jeans, okay? Everything is like skinny leg jeans. And it's like, my husband's going to wear this to work, and he doesn't wear skinny leg jeans. And I told him, I was like, you're going to have to step up your fashion, because that's where it's moving. That's where it's moving. It's moving to the skinny leg, okay? He's looking for the general, straight leg, traditional pair of jeans. Hard as hell to find, okay? We're in this Macy's. We're looking through the jeans. And a vintage Pickme. I would say she was a Gen X. On the older on the older tip of Gen X, but she definitely wasn't a boomer, okay? She was on the older tip of the Gen Xers. I could tell by her wig, one of those curly Sue wigs, right? Okay. She walks past us. I don't know how long she was staring. And she says, "Oh, y'all gonna mess up my jeans. Y'all gonna mess up my jeans." And see, y'all let the ball drop from the civil rights movement. All of you Gen X boomer black folk, okay, you will be held accountable. Y'all let the ball drop from the civil rights movement. I don't know what y'all did and what y'all was doing. Y'all let the ball drop. Y'all let the ball drop when it came to the image and empowerment and protection of Black women and children. You let the ball drop, okay? So I don't like you anyways. I don't give respect for free. You have to earn it, just like everyone else in this life. This ain't your kitchen. You're not making fried chicken for the family. I'm not your motherfucking niece. Who the fuck are you talking to? Now, I respond, "Excuse me?" And she whips around. All right? Cabbage Patch, wig, hair, and all. Whips around and repeated exactly what she said. She said, "I said, y'all gonna mess up my jeans." Now, see, do we have a problem? Now, see, I'm not the one or the two. So I said, "You need to learn how to be professional." And she was like, "Excuse me, it was just a joke. It was a joke." And my husband, to me, not to her, he doesn't jump into things like that. But to me, he says, "I don't think it was funny." And what you're not going to do is you're not going to disrespect me and you're not going to disrespect my husband. It's not going to happen. We are in here spending our hard-earned money so that your ass can have a job. We could have bought it all from Amazon, then your ass would be out of luck. So I said, "You need to be professional." And she says, this just happened like 3 hours ago. And she says, "I was being professional." I was like, "How is that professional?" She's like, "Well, it was just a joke." I was like, "But it wasn't funny." And she's like, "Wow." She started doing that shit. She raised these dusties, right? Wow. Wow. That's where they get that shit from, because the daddy wasn't there to say shit. So they don't know how the daddy sound. Wow. I was like, she's like, "I didn't expect that." I said, "I didn't expect it either. You need to learn how to be professional." She's like, "Well, I am professional." And I was like, "You know what? Let me speak to your manager." Because see, what we're not going to do, all right, that's how you handle these vintage Pickmes. This ain't your kitchen, ho. This ain't your plastic covered living room. Do you understand? I'm not related to you. I'm not your child. And one of the things that I fucking hate when I have to deal with customer service is these fucking Steven from Django Unchained, these fucking auntie and uncle ruckus ass old black people who want to give you an attitude on some get off the porch, yes and massa bullshit. Bitch, you get off the porch. How about that? You get off the porch. So I said, "Let me speak to your manager." Manager comes over. I explained to her what happened. And she said, "You're absolutely right." And she was an Asian woman. And I said, "Look, I hate to have to do this to a fellow woman of color, right? See, I didn't say black woman because the woman was Asian that I was talking to. So I wanted her to understand. I wouldn't do this to a woman of color on some light shit. Let me tell you the interaction I just had with this very old employee of yours. Now, me and my husband are here for business. Okay? You tell me if this is acceptable. She said it was absolutely unacceptable and I will talk to her. I said, great, because I needed to let you know this because it's unacceptable. It cannot happen. I refuse to tolerate it. Wherever I am, I refuse to tolerate it. I will always report that type of BS. See, she thinks she wasn't in control of somebody. See, what she was doing was probably watching us for God knows how long, getting an attitude, getting in her feelings, because she threw her life away in the 70s and 80s, taking care of some Dusty's babies who didn't give her shit for it. Then she saw us and got in her fucking feelings. Poor little tink tink. And gonna come over, didn't offer to help, gonna tell me you're messing up my clothes. They're not your clothes. They're not your jeans. You're paid to fix them. If I threw them all on the floor. Look, I work customer service. I know good and damn well that you're not being professional. Fuck is you talking about? And you don't want to work a customer service job, then figure it out. Mad? That's why you mad? I used to work customer service when I had to as well. That's why your ass is in your late 50s, early 60s, working in the fucking department store. Because you don't know how to act. And who the hell is you talking to? I'm not your raggedy ass daughter or son. I don't need shit from you. You ain't do shit to help my generation, no way. Keep your mouth shut. That's why these kids have no respect for y'all now. This and up there, why don't they respect us? Figure it out, do the math. But see, that's how you handle them. You find somebody to remind her, you have no power here. You have no power here. You want to have power? Go back and emotionally manipulate and abuse everybody that lives in the house with you. She probably was a foster mother because she was giving me foster mother vibes. Jealous. So, let me check some of y'all comments. All in all, vintage Pickmes resent black women. They do. They wanted to see us suffer. They felt that they suffered, and what they wanted to share was a legacy of suffering, a legacy of struggle, a legacy of being black male identified, a legacy of black male worship, a legacy of colorism. That's all I've observed from these women. And don't get it twisted. I've already told you guys a million times. I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. The greatest woman that ever lived was my great-grandmother. All right? A light-skinned, half Cherokee, half black American woman. Greatest woman that ever lived. That being said, these women are nothing like my great-grandmother. Okay? I had another grandmother on my daddy's side. I don't know her. I don't deal with her. She one of these vintage Pygmishas for all I'm concerned. A lot of abuse went on in her home. Then she used being a Jehovah's Witness to not have to get us birthday and Christmas gifts. I'm not making this shit up. She didn't put her son in check when he had a bunch of fucking babies and didn't take care of them. How do you put him in check? Well, I should never have seen him around the house. If he wasn't taking care of his kids, he shouldn't have been invited over for a meal. He shouldn't have been able to pack a plate. That's how you put him in check. And I don't want to hear shit about it from nobody. Y'all didn't live my life. You didn't go through what I had to go through. Every now and then I'll get somebody that knows me coming on here commenting. Fuck you. Now, how about that? If you're not here for me, fuck you. If you're here for me, hello. Okay? Shit. Okay. It is jealousy. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Call Me Coco says, it's weird, sis. They see younger black women sexual as competition. There we go. How many of these videos do you see of these women being like, my daughter, see, she want to walk around with short shorts and show off for my boyfriend. Maybe she wants to walk around in short shorts because it's her home and it's hot. And she wants to be comfortable. Why is your boyfriend there? He's not supposed to be there. If you don't stay married to the father of your child, you're not supposed to have the man you're dating in the house until your children are of age to leave. That's what women do when they love their children. But they're yelling and screaming about how these younger women are attracting. And let me tell you something. When I became of age and started maturing and shit, people were meaner to me than ever. I had people that wanted to be a mentor to me, drop me like a bad motherfucking habit. Bitch, ain't nobody after y'all broke ass men. I'm attracted to smart men that make money. That'll never change. All right? I'm not attracted to other women's husbands. I have my own. And he does it better. I never seen a man do his woman better. But then some bitch is with some guy making fucking 40,000, talking about some, you gonna steal my man, bitch. If you lose him, it ain't on me. It ain't on me. Ooh, girl, I don't like that. I will keep my awareness on, but I've seen older black women look at me in a rude way. Yeah. That's a mammy for you. Will take out the aggression she feels about her black son being with a light or non-black girl on you, especially when you dated and married well with no struggle. There we go. There we go right there. There we go right there. They want everybody to stay and take care of their sons. Now, bitch, you out of luck. You and your son. You understand? I'm not taking care of them. No. My husband takes care of me. That's why they mad. Every time I talk about how my husband takes care of me on social media, here come these dusty ass thuns talking about something. And what do you do for him? What the hell do you think I do for him? I'm alive. I'm in his presence. That's all he requires of me. That's why they mad. Okay. I love intelligent men. It's insane. It's insane. When I first started listening to Jordan Peterson, okay, because he was popular for a while before I knew. I didn't know about him until after he overcame his struggles with addiction. So I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently he got addicted to opioids because he was prescribed prescription medication. And unlike most people who get addicted to these things that cannot get off, Jordan Peterson, because he is a G, he got off. And he saved himself from that. And that's when I started learning about him. So people have said that he said a lot of salacious things in the past. Yeah. I don't know about that. All I know about is how I've listened to him talk about marriage and other things like that. Now, and my husband said, when you hear some of his, more conservative views, because I am a progressive at heart. I'm a progressive. But that doesn't stop me from being a traditional wife. But I'm a progressive person because I want to progress things. Anyways, my husband said, when you hear some of his more conservative views, you might not like him. And he swore, he was like, you're not going to like him. And, I haven't heard everything he has to say about everything. But again, from what I've heard, I still like him. Like, I really like him. Okay? I don't think you understand. I really like him. I like the way he dresses. I like his, salt and pepper hair. I like him. Okay? I want to be a student. and he be the teacher. Okay? That's what I want. I love smart men. I fucking love them. Oh, Percy's in the building. Oh, God. Let me go down. Percy. Hey, Danie, this is your favorite male song. You said intelligence is sexy. I wish I met those type of women. Black women have been programmed to look for swag. You're absolutely right, Percy. You're absolutely right. And, you know, to me, you seem like a very intelligent man. And you seem like a man that can think about things not just from his perspective. You seem like a guy that's not defensive when women are talking about issues that impact them, because you know you move different. Just like when we was having that conversation about Thandie Newton, and people were saying, oh, some dark-skinned black women are jealous of light-skinned women. I'm not one of them. Okay? So I'm not defensive. I don't care that y'all were pedestalized by dust. I don't care. I was never jealous of it. No, I wasn't. But yes, you're absolutely right. And on my channel, I try to encourage women. And thank you so much for the super chat, Percy. Appreciate you. It's good to see you. I try to encourage women. You better start liking men that are smart. I've tried to encourage so many women for that. And they're like, oh, well, what are we going to talk about? You'll figure it out. Talk about how your bills is paid. Talk about what vacation you're going on next. Talk about how you don't have a bunch of problems and struggles in your life. How about that? Instead of arguing about basic bills and ish. Instead of sitting there lecturing a man about what he spent. I've never had to lecture my husband about how he spends his money. You better start liking intelligent men if you want your seeds to survive. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you want the cells within you to survive, if you don't, keep choosing swag. Swag's going to be annihilated. Okay? It's played out. What the hell is swag? I need a man that thinks. And, you know, I've talked to even young men in their 20s, and I'm like, wow, this guy, he seems to really have his act together. So they're, you know, they don't just have to be older men. But they're not going to be the coolest ones. They're not going to be the swaggiest ones. Who cares? I don't like men that sleep around. I don't like ran through men. They're carriers, y'all. Y'all don't think about that? I don't want somebody that's a carrier walking around with all these hidden diseases and ish. No. No, I want a smart man that thinks, protects himself, is sexually responsible. Intelligent men are sexually responsible. They don't have a lot of kids, and they definitely don't have a bunch of TDS, okay? People get triggered, but it is what it is. Okay. Coco says all they care about is their funds. That's all they care about. That's all I've ever noticed. Defensive as hell, too. Because, you know, and Brooklyn Blue stated this long time ago when she was on YouTube, and I was listening to her on YouTube years ago, right? They want you, these vintage Pickmeshas, want you to stay in the hood and take care of their funds. That's why they get mad when they see the beautiful, intelligent black women exercising our options. Then you're going to be mad. Next thing you know, you're not invited around. They don't care that you're not around for family gatherings. You're the one that's vilified. You're the one that's made the black sheep. You're the one that's made the scapegoat. Not the women having babies out of wedlock. Not the thuns in and out of jail. You and your level up. Get the hell out of here. I'm not living around that dysfunction. And these guys get mad and they'll say the Black community is a matriarchy. I want to show you what they do. I want to show you what they do with a little bit of power that they have. Look at this. Look at this picture right here on the right. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them in line. This man has openly disrespected the Black community. Outright said, I'm going to do something for everybody but y'all. Kamala came through. I'm not going to do something just for Black people. No. She said that loud and proud with her whole chest. This is what they do. This is how they do it. How is that helping us? Sitting there smiling at him, guaranteeing him a vote when he's done nothing for us. In fact, he's openly racist and has openly made things worse for Black Americans and thus all Black people that come to America. This is what they do. Shouldn't have nobody been up there to shake his hand. Now the men do it too. That's why I said, throw the Congressional Black Caucus, throw the whole caucus away. NAACP, they nominated Aquafina for an NAACP award. After she walks around, you can't impersonate nobody else's voice. You guys ever watch Mad TV? You are not watching Mad TV, Mad. That's where I first saw Jordan Peterson, oh my God, Jordan Peele. Oh God. That's where I first saw Jordan Peele, right? Key and Peele, Mad TV, late nights, middle school, high school. Grew up watching that. I believe it was a better improv show than SNL. Mad TV was where it was at. What was my point about Mad TV? Damn. Anyways, they had a character on there. She's on Family Guy. Okay, she does the voice of Lois, and she does multiple other voices. I don't know if she's of Asian descent, but she plays a lot of Asian characters. Okay, she played an Asian character on Mad TV. All right, and this Asian character would say, I tell you everything. He looking like a man. All right. So you would ask her questions, this Asian character that she played. I assume Alex Borstein. That's the actress's name. She was on Mad TV. I assume she was of Asian descent. I'm not sure she is. I mean, Borstein sounds like a Jewish name, but she could still, I know Asian people that are part, half Asian, half Jewish. So that happens. Again, I don't know. But when I was an undergrad, I imitated her voice, right? I was not mocking anyone's culture. Nobody was having conversations like this. This was almost, this was like 15 years ago. Nobody was having any of these conversations where it was like, you cannot imitate our voice. And I didn't think it was an imitation of anyone's voice. I knew a lot of Asian people. Nobody talked like that. So she was doing this very caricature, made-up voice. It was a bunch of Black people, it was people who was doing Black voices. Nobody had nothing to say about that. When people made fun of that, nobody had nothing to say about that. Aquafina's walking around with her Black scent, talking about you guys have the culture, so everybody just wants to be a part of it. Sorry, I made fun of your voice all these years. Anyway, she does that today. I was 18 years old when I did that. I tell you everything. He looking like a man. Okay? And Everyone, this was an icebreaker, fun activity exercise that I was doing as part of a group on campus. Everyone booed me. Everyone booed me. They were like, boo! Boo! Like, you suck for what you just did. And I had no idea. No one came up to me and said, hey, just let you know, we feel like that's mimicking and mocking our voice. None of them sounded like that. And the woman is on Mad TV doing it. So I'm like, she's on network TV doing it. I didn't hear nobody saying that she shouldn't be able to do this. But I'm being booed. And that taught me from that day, you can't mimic other people's voices. But you know what's consistent? They can mimic yours. They can mimic yours. Anyways, NAACP gave Aquafina an NAACP award. Throw the whole NAACP away. Throw the Congressional Black Caucus away. What is this? It's absolutely disgusting. Thank you, Grizo. I appreciate you. I can tell. Oh, you can't tell by the way she wears her wig. She's a boomer. No time. She was a boomer. Gen X. Thank you so much, Call Me Coco. I appreciate that. What do you call your viewers, Call Me Coco? You call them sunflowers? I'm not sure. But I noticed that you use sunflowers a lot. Subscribe. Please, appreciate it. Okay. I know that's right. Respect is not freely given. It's really not. You're not just going to get it because y'all so used to bullying younger Black women. I don't know how young you think I was, sis, but not young enough to take your bullshit. And guess what? When it comes to the chopping block, you know the first to go, right? It's going to be you. When business is going down again, you're going to be first one out of there because you don't know how to behave. I mean, for her to sit there and I said and be going back and forth with me. Now, I thought that she would respond, oh, I'm sorry, it was just a joke. I apologize. Or oh, I was just joking, baby. Right? She didn't have to say I apologize, right? All the times, I was just joking, baby. She said, I said y'all messing up my jeans. It was just a joke. I'm like, you sound like some trifling ass 17-year-old kid without a clue. You must not want to be here. Let me help you out. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you because I know my power. I know my power. And it can be on and cracking. I don't need to come to this location again. I don't care if they wouldn't let me come here again. I don't care. I have options. But what you're not going to do is get me outside my character. No, instead I'll just report you to your manager. And remember, now you're first on the chopping block. And your thumb going to be mad when he don't have that extra money that you're giving him so he could buy his Reggie. So he can buy that dry Reggie that he smokes every night. He going to be mad. Should have been fired. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. And I've had times when I've had younger Black people misbehaving, right? And I would say, let me speak to your manager, because I want y'all to be able to have jobs in the future. And at some point, you're going to get in trouble for this behavior. So let me help you out now. I would say, let me speak to your manager. I would talk to the manager and be like, I don't want you to fire them. I mean, these are young Black kids. I'm not talking to you so that you can fire them. You know, these Black people in their early 20s, early mid-20s. I'm asking you to talk to them so that they have a fighting chance in this world, because that attitude ain't gonna fly. It's not gonna work. You'll never be successful with that attitude. You'll be like this vintage Pickme, 60 years old, working in a department store with an attitude, because you have to fold jeans. Bitch, that's your motherfucking job. The fuck is you talking about we messing it up? She acts like we went on to the jeans, two grown-ass people. We looking through the jeans. She acted like we was tossing them up in the air or something. You lazy as fuck. And so you saw me from afar and thought you could say something to me because I'm a fellow Black woman. You played yourself. Because you're going to respect me the way you respect these white women that come up in there. And whenever this happens to you, I encourage you. Ask for the manager. Don't get out of your feelings. You're not going to have me on YouTube calling me a Karen. No, you're not. But I'll be a Karen before I let you, with your get off the porch ass mentality, try to ruin the little bit of time I have in this fucking store. Disrespecting me and my husband? Fuck out of here. I was just joking. Say the jokes. You too old. Broke people should never laugh. Fuck is you laughing for? Fuck out of here. Pink Diamond said, I like the video. If you haven't liked, subscribe, please do. Thank you, Pink Diamond. Appreciate ya. I'm not your bestie. I'm not your kid. I'm not your niece that, came knocking on your door with her baby from a dusty talking about something, I need a place to stay. I'm none of those things. Why are you joking with me? Why? Why did you think you could joke with me? You didn't come over to help. You came over to be snarky. You came over with back talk. And I put you in your motherfucking place. You thought I was going to be some ignorant black woman that was going to be like, okay, with you all day. No, I'll speak with your manager because we're not here for jokes. We're here to give you service so you can have a job. Be professional. Now, I told her to be professional. I didn't say, with your raggedy ass wig, you dusty ass. I didn't do that. I said, you need to be professional. I was imploring her to be professional. Please be professional. I don't want to have to speak with your manager, but I don't know where you think this is going to go. You ain't going to beat my ass. You ain't going to beat my ass. So where do you think this is going to go? Your old Pickme ass on. It just purely wasn't funny. Oh, thank you, Call Me Coke. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I want to be like you when I grow up. I usually leave those things alone. I used to be the same way. But like I told my husband, I said, if I felt like I didn't know how to handle this, as much as I have to deal with this being a dark-skinned black woman and these fellow black people, whether they're old or young, doing this get off the porch shit, thinking that I'm one of their friends to play around with, I'm not. You know how much money I've got back in refunds and shit because I've complained about the customer service. I'm not putting up with that shit. I'll write reviews online and let people know in exact detail. I went to this black woman to get my lashes done, to get my hair done. They were unprofessional. Let me tell you why. I do it for anybody. I don't care where I'm going. I get my nails done. I don't get my nails done by black women. If I get my nails done, it's usually a woman of color. If they're rude, I'm going to write a review about them. I'm going to report them. I'm going to talk to the manager. Because you're not going to disrespect me because I'm a dark-skinned black woman. That's not going to happen. I'll sue if I have to. I don't give a fuck. I tell people all the time, like, well, I got time today, cuz. Okay? I'll be right up in that. The only reason I haven't been on my suing game, okay, is because during the panty, the courts were shut down. But make no mistake about it. You're not going to be discriminating against me, treating me the way you wouldn't treat a customer that wasn't a dark-skinned black woman. You're not going to do it. Y'all messing up my jeans. Who the hell is you talking to? That's what we're not going to do, okay? It's very annoying. Oh, I appreciate you, Pink Diamond. Thank you. Come on. Thank you, Pink Diamond. Yep. Okay. Take it up, make complaints, phone calls, and write letters. Period. No, I'm not going to get out my character. I'm not going to, because I already know what I can do. I know how strong I am. I know how far I'm willing to go to protect myself. That ain't no thing. That ain't no problem. I got other ways of handling y'all. Because see, I like money in my pocket for being inconvenienced. I like money in my pocket. So I'm going to do everything right. And as soon as the manager came over, I was like, hi, I just wanted to talk to you about an incident I had where My husband and I, we were looking at jeans. You understand? Code switch. Code switch, okay? I use everything in my arsenal. Fuck. Okay. Shit. Oh, God. Facts. Okay? I don't have to ask for the number. You'd be like, what's the number for corporate? No, I'll look it up myself. Thank you. Okay. Yep, they hate Black women because they are forever Black male identified. Exactly. And to see younger Black women, we're thriving. We drink water. Ice cold water, baby. Skin is clear. No problems. We didn't have to waste our youth taking care of a bunch of kids with no help. We didn't get run through and played. That's why they mad. And misery loves company. Come on, right there. Right there is Zaddy's entanglement took Black men out the home. Right there. Okay. Speaking of water, let me take a sip. All right. Water. That's how we do it. Keep the skin clear. Oh, I just burped a little. Excuse me. We lotion our heels. You understand? We don't have cracked heels over here. The skin is soft. Feet stay pedicured. You understand? That's why they mad. Marriages stay intact. Because we divest and we choose loyal men. We know how to vet. Oh, that's why they mad? See, what reason do I have to kiss your ass when you didn't care? You didn't make this world a better place for me. I had to do that work myself. And like I said before, much respect to the Black women out there, the small minority of Black women out there that do care. Older Black women that do care and have worked hard to make this world a better place for younger Black women and girls and children. But it's not enough of them. Pink Diamond says, also, Danie, what about the moms who point fingers at their Black daughters, but nobody yells at the son? I saw this yesterday. Mom yells at the daughter while cop is holding her. Absolutely. I mean, all you can do is make a choice, and it's hard. It's hard to spend holidays alone. I told you guys, divestment hurts. Just like Pretty hurts. It all hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so good. Because I got my motherfucking dignity back. Then to sit up around people that I know don't have my best interest at heart because they're jealous. All you can do is break the cycle, you know? Don't be what these people were to you. But that's why their sons hate them and are dependent on them. That's why. Because they coddle them. They dress their toddler sons up like the men who left. They got the Cuban link chain on the 2-year-old. Jordans. Stop dressing your toddler up like the man that left you. All right, let him be a kid. I saw a TikTok video of these group of young Black boys. They on a party limousine bus, drinking non-alcoholic daiquiris and you know, little kitty non-alcoholic champagne bottles. Did his daddy leave? That looked like a daddy left party. Let these kids be kids. I'm sure they wanted to go to a jump house or something and jump around and bounce around a bounce house. A jump house. Jump house sounds ghetto. Okay. I'm sure they wanted to go to a bounce house and bounce around. That's what kids love to do. Well, no, what did they mama do? Put them on a limousine bus and give them fake drinks and money to throw like the man they wish would have stayed. Let these kids be kids. They always try to live vicariously through the son. That's why if you date one of them, good luck, because the mama is right there. Look at that Jim Jones situation. Look at that Jim Jones situation. It says, mama kissed him in the mouth. That is sexual assault. You're not even supposed to, when your child reaches the age of like 4, you're not supposed to be in a bathroom with them anymore. You have to teach them to wash themselves, wipe themselves. You got to teach them all that stuff, not be constantly violating their boundaries. Now, that's what social services says, because the social services finds out you're kissing your son in the mouth, you're in the bathroom with your 4, 5, 6-year-old while they're showering or in the bathtub or whatever. You can get in trouble for that, especially parents of the opposite sex. These are rules that people don't understand. You have to allow your children to set boundaries. I saw a video, and I was going to talk about it later, but whatever, I'll talk about it now. It was this black guy posted a video of his daughter. You guys see this video? It just went viral recently. And his daughter she's got an attitude. She's like 8 years old, and he's like, get to the car. He can tell she has an attitude. You know, she woke up late, yada, yada. And she says, leave me alone. She said, don't talk to me. He's like, get to the car, right? She says, don't talk to me. He snatched her up. It was like, get in the house. And he was so proud of himself, and he posted the video. Like, bro, you can't parent without letting the world see. That wasn't even the proper way to handle that. Yes, your daughter was being rude. Okay? But children do deserve boundaries. They don't know how to properly communicate. They're children. You're supposed to teach them that about how you behave. And he got so mad at her that she said, don't talk to me. He snatches her up, tells her, get in the house, throws her in the house, and he's like, let your mom handle it. So you give up. You see how fast they give up on parenting? But want 50-50. But want 50-50. Let your mom handle it. So now mom's got to handle it. You can't handle taking an 8-year-old to school that told you not to talk to her? It was just the most bizarre thing. These people don't know how to parent. They want to say, if you're not a parent, don't tell me how to parent. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. And we're not living in some fucking Twilight Zone where you're the only one that has to interact with these kids. We all got to interact with these kids. I'm a teacher. I've taught kids for decades. I think I know about kids. I had to take care of my siblings. I had to raise them. I think I know about kids more than your ass just because you gave birth to one. You still don't know what you're doing. Take notes and do what's best for these kids. Like, why are y'all posting videos of you parenting? Like, your kid isn't going to grow up one day and they're going to play this when she's in high school and embarrass her when she's in middle school or high school. Probably playing it right now at the elementary school that she's at. Anything for attention. Because they don't want a parent. They want attention. They want validation. They want praise. They want worship. They want clout. They don't want a parent. Melinda, what's up? Good to see you. Melinda says, yeah, I have an old aunt trying to fight me now. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. My friend was like, doesn't she have grandkids? Yes, she does. 60-year-old Pickme, shaking my head. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I've been there. I had a cousin of mine. I'm talking about family abuse situations. Okay? And everyone, when they saw that I'll speak for myself. Popping, going to college, doing the damn thing, living in New York, right? No longer in the hood and shit. Oh, hey, Danie, hey, cuz, hey, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, where was y'all when we was in foster care? And she gonna sit up there, this cousin is gonna respond, everybody had problems. Bitch, you didn't grow up in foster care. Miss me with that bullshit. Y'all all got together for holidays and didn't bother to find us and invite us. and we're your sister's children? Fuck out my face, you ghetto fucking wench. And she was sitting up there getting all hot and bothered and shit. I was like, bitch, I'll call the cops on your ass and he can throw you in the slammer. You keep that ghetto shit to yourself. That's why you're over there and I'm here. With your smart mouthed ass. Yeah, we all had a hard childhood. And I think it's real hard when you're being abused and tormented by people who aren't in your fucking family. And a slap in the face for these people to turn around and be like, oh, hey, oh, now we can say hi to you that you're an adult and you got money. You ain't getting $1 of what I got. Come on now, use your brain. Not me, not D. Nah, it ain't going down like that. You couldn't invite me to Christmas when I was a kid. We ain't got shit else to say. Now, as soon as they lighten these restrictions, we go into Japan, we travel internationally, everything. The only reason we've been traveling domestically, I mean, we want to travel America as well. America is huge. I think it's important to go to all these amazing places in America. But, you know, we love traveling internationally. That's what we do. Okay, that's my life. You keep your little nasty ass attitude. And I'm glad that I wasn't around y'all, you know, because just when you say family, people think that you owe somebody something. Y'all didn't owe me shit when I was a kid, growing up in foster care, so I will never owe none of y'all shit. And that's just the way it goes. Fair is fair. Reciprocity. I can tell that someone's guilty by body language because, aka the daughter, the mom pointed fingers at. I really wanted to help her. Aww. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. You know, I wouldn't know what to say in those conditions, especially in New York. You see people all the time. If you go to Brooklyn, you know, other areas where black folk live, you see them all the time, yanking their kids up, abusing the kids. It's like, oh my God, what do you do? What do you say? You know, because these people are crazy. If I saw blatant, like, physical abuse, I definitely would say something. But, you know, as it is, I've seen the yanking, the pulling them up and yanking these kids. And, you know, I just think it's terrible. You know, and I'm like, of course the kid's going to grow up. And if they like you, I'll be surprised. If you can't discipline your child without physically assaulting them, you're not meant to be a parent. They don't love these kids. I see it all the time. Facts. Thank you. He had hit his sister and she, yep. Yeah, they do it all the time. I grew up that way, you know. It's automatic love for the boys, and you know, the girls just got to survive. Me says, I will say there is a difference between the 45-year-old Gen X versus a 56-year-old. I definitely feel the oldest Gen X are more similar to boomers. Yes, absolutely. I agree. That's exactly how I feel. Yep, I started developing early and I instantly became a problem to black women. The hostility was unreal. Absolutely. Yep. And it's like, you think I want these nasty, dirty, predator-ass dudes that you bring around? Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my face with that gross-ass shit, the fuck out of here. Nobody wants anything that would want you. Why don't they understand that? Disgusting. But meanwhile, if the guy ends up being a predator and abusing the girls in the home, these vintage Pickmeshas don't have shit to say about that. They'll blame you for that. Yes, these vintage Pickmes were abused emotionally, physically, etc. And instead of getting help for themselves, they shame and brutalize other black women and black girls, completely dysfunctional. Yep. They didn't break no generational curses. I can't respect that. That's why I don't respect these dusty jigga cells. Y'all don't break curses. How hard is it? Do right. Do better. Do better for your fucking kids. How hard is that? For yourself. I don't respect nobody that'll sit in misery. Just sitting in misery. Thumping their Bible at church, thinking that they're closer to God for some reason. Y'all ain't closer to God than nobody else. God spoke to me. He came down and spoke to me and stop the cat. Stop the cap. God ain't spoke to you. Not my God. It's your lying ass. Fuck out of here. I like some of Jordan's videos, right? I love the way he dresses. I love the tweed, the slim. He's very slim and slender, and the clothes just look great on him. I mean, he would be a really fun, sugar daddy. Okay. He would be a really fun sugar daddy side piece, because he believes in marriage. So do I. Okay. But I like smart men. Let's talk. Let's talk, Jordan. I like his name too, Jordan. I'd be like, Professor Jordan, can I visit you during office hours? And show up at his office hours with the mink coat. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay. I'm not sure why they consider developing early to be the same as being sexually promiscuous. It's such a horrible mentality. There it is right there, Coco. And again, it's because they know the nature of men. Men are attracted to young, feminine, female bodies. Young, fit, feminine, female bodies. That's what men are innately attracted to. Now, when you add the sexual dysfunction of a lot of these predators in the community, it's a very dangerous combination, because something that men generally seek to control in other cultures, they don't seem to be held to that standard in our culture. Again, the molestation, the abuse, it's always swept under the rug. Let the woman deal with it. Then when she becomes sexually promiscuous because she was violated as a young girl, we'll demonize her for that. I've seen it. But nobody said anything to these abusive uncles, these abusive men, these fucking predators. I made a promise to myself, to my future children, that out in the streets, they call it murder. You will be taken care of if you ever put a hand on my child. Okay? Okay? We'll see what's about to happen next. Okay? Okay? It's some things that you sit in jail for. You won't put me in jail for handling that? All right. Because I'll never have anybody think that they could put their motherfucking hands on my child in any way, shape, or form. They call it murder. Fuck out of here. Exactly. That's why I like Jordan Peterson. He, to me, he just seems like he's telling the truth and he's intelligent. He backs it up with facts. It's not some kitten scamules that's like, made up statistics. Like, bruh, you a day late, $1 short, and 25 credits short of graduation, sir. All right? To be quoting and stating statistics. You don't know what you're talking about. Be quiet. Let the real men speak. Okay? With those degrees. Those are the men that control society. So you can hate degrees all you want, but it's not con artist YouTubers that control society. It's men with degrees. Some of them don't even have swag. Well, ain't that the truth? I can't stand when I see when there's like a black woman that's like, isn't he this? Isn't he that? I'm like, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. What's next? I don't see nothing amazing about him. Does he have degrees? Does he have a great job? Does he own his own business? Is he paying your bills? So what's attractive about him? Oh, he act tough and the D. Okay. I mean, hey, if that's what does it for you, but that doesn't do it for me. Act tough? I don't need somebody to act tough. I need somebody that is respected. I'm tough enough. She says, Percy, you need to change the type of women you attract. Absolutely. There's women out there like us, and we find men that work hard, men who have good jobs, that own their own businesses, men that like to spoil their women, men that can tell you the ins and outs of what it is he does. You don't have to have a PhD. But even if you're at the top of your trade and you own your own business and you're passionate about your work, that's attractive. I remember I worked in a grocery store and there was a guy there years ago. He worked his ass off. Now, I wasn't physically attracted to him, but I would compliment him all the time so that he understood. Your behavior, sir, is attractive. The way that you're always here working, picking up shifts, making legitimate money is hard work. That's attractive. I always let him know. Now, he was a Hispanic man, just to be honest. But, like I said, I wasn't physically attracted to him. He's, was a pretty short guy. Nothing against short guys. I've been attracted to short guys. This guy wasn't my type. But his work ethic, I found that attractive. And I let him know that. I find work ethic attractive. I find men who have discipline and self-restraint and control of themselves very attractive. Yes, I do. Far more than looks. I'm too pretty to be jealous, period. Too pretty. I saw that post. That post was like, there's not too much to talk about in the world. Please go touch some grass or meditate. Exactly. Percy, we are not flattered by you. Oh, Lord, they're going at you. They're going at you, Purse. Yep, no lie. I had to go outside of my black sphere to find intelligence. Black men and boys around me devalued it. So many girls and women followed. Yeah, F swag. Can we thrive, please? Thank you. Thank you. And someone said on my other live the other day, she said it, and I thought it was a perfect way to describe how a lot of Black guys behave when they're in college, which is they treat college like it's sex tourism. They go there, they're only looking to fuck. They're only looking to fuck any and every girl that they can fuck. They don't study. They didn't study in high school. They got in, by the skin of their teeth to college. And then they go there and all they're obsessed with is fucking and fucking and fucking. And every year, their numbers thin out. They don't stay in the programs. They just want people to pay attention to them and be cool in the space. And it's like, bro, you're not cool, man. Again, y'all can't hoop. You don't have bars. Hang it up. Okay? Very few of them do. Yeah, ran through men. I don't find guys that have sex with a bunch of women attractive, And I've had so many men that obviously sleep with a lot of women hit on me. And I'm like, it's not a chance in hell, bro. We don't even need to do I need a test before with anybody. Testing 1, 2, 3. You understand? Okay? I got a clean record over here. I got a clean slate. I want to keep it that way. And I don't find men that can't control themselves sexually attractive. I don't. They're ran through. They think there's something special about them. It's like, something special about you. You're weird and you're ran through. It's so hard to find intelligent Black men. They can't follow conversations. I'm done. But it's so true, yo. One of the things that whenever I would say I'm an actor, there would always be some dusty guy, right? That'd be like, oh, word, you an actor? Okay. So what kind of acting do you do? Like, bro, what are you talking about? What do you mean, what kind of acting? Whatever is available. Like, I do it all. Like, it was such a weird question. And they try to like make that intellectual. They'd be like, so, okay, so do you do, like, is it the stage? Or maybe I'm like, oh my God, like, it's not that deep, bruh. I do whatever I can audition for and get the role. Like, they try to make shit intellectual that's not intellectual. I saw one guy in a Twitter space. This guy was like, all right, they're talking about like Black Americans, right? And this guy was like, so when we built the pyramids, I was like, log out. I swear to God. I entered the room to listen to the conversation because sometimes there's really good conversations about these things. I care a lot about my fellow Black Americans and what happens to us here in this country. So I go in to listen. And this guy was like, when we built the pyramids, I was like, log out. Log out. Bruh, you didn't build the pyramids. What are you talking about? Like, oh my goodness, it's insane. It's just as insane as YT people putting, making the Egyptians white in the textbooks. It's insane. Like, you guys weren't there. So that's some weird way of viewing yourself where, like, you had to contribute to the most important things in history. Like, crazy. It's not intelligent at all. BK stand up. Okay, shout out to BK. You got to give Black nerds a chance. Exactly. I absolutely agree. Give these Black nerds a chance. I didn't meet. Black nerds are rare. Because the guy be like, I'm a nerd. And I'm like, what makes you a nerd? Because to me, what makes somebody a nerd is like, my husband is a mathematician and he has a business degree and he has an engineering degree and he has his degree and he's very well versed and he loves computers. Like, everything is about computers for him, right? The insides of computers, not social media, like making computers function and shit. And he's very nerdy, and that's what he loves to talk about. He loves to talk about the economy. He has a lot of friends that are economists, right? And they talk about the economy in ways I've never heard Black people talking about the economy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times these guys are like, I'm a nerd. And I'm like, what makes you a nerd? Because you play video games and watch anime? You gotta be smart at something, really smart and into it and educated on it. So, I personally haven't ever really met a Black nerd in real life. I haven't. I've met Black men that are smart at various things, but like nerd level smart at something, I really haven't met that. But there's no doubt that they're out there. Again, my experience in PWIs has been that Black men like that tend to want to date non-Black women. So, it's like you want to give them a chance, but you also can't deny how they don't really give Black women a chance. Because they're like, Black women are loud and like, whatever, shut up. Shut up. Percy has another super chat. Thank you again for the super chat, Percy. I appreciate it. He says, I'm the only handsome man in this chat and you're not flattered. Danie, they don't know I can upgrade. Okay. All right, Percy. All right, Percy. I believe in you. I believe in Percy. Okay. And I truly think, like, Percy says he wants a beautiful Black woman. Like, he wants Black women that are smart and have a divested mentality of not wanting the same old that is the community, right? And I feel like, guys like that should be given a chance. Absolutely. I mean, I gave my husband a chance. He was a nerd and people weren't into nerds. And I was like, no, I'm going to give this nerd a chance because why not? Why not this nerd? He's a nice guy. He works hard. Why not? Because he's not the coolest person walking. Like, I don't care about that stuff. So, I definitely think there's a good girl for you out there, Purse. Can I call you Purse? You probably don't like that, but I like to call you Purse. Okay. Let's see. Dimension Joe. Dimension Joe. Okay. I mean, if the pictures of him creeping up on these young girls, I can't believe that alone didn't disqualify him. They were both losing the race, and then the next thing you know, they won the race. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Okay. It don't look like your vote counts for much. It looks like America's gonna choose who America wants to choose. The establishment. That's another topic for another day. Sitting Pretty says, that's exactly it. They are mad that the good black women are no longer sticking around to support these Pookies and Ray Rays. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because you see, they can no longer continue to function in dysfunction. They'll have to step their game up, or, Darwinism will take them out. Because women will only give the opportunity for legacy to men that want to work hard, men that are intelligent, men that are disciplined, not any who shot John. So they'll have to change or it's lights out. And that pisses them off. Oh, well. Intelligent black men are a rare sight. Intelligence does not equal smart all of the time. There's definitely different ways to be intelligent. Definitely. There's not a lot of those either. I'm always in advanced classes, and there's only 1 or 2 black guys out of 30 classmates. Yep. And no doubt they chasing non-black women, which is like, again, I never had a problem with that. I peeped the game, and I wasn't impressed. And so I was like, okay, so if they can do that, then we all can do that. And then when black women started doing it, it's like, oh no, it's a problem now. It's a problem. Like, shut up. These guys live by that shit. If they can get a non-black woman, they feel like that validates them as a man. They feel like that validates them in this society where they're a minority group. If they can do it, they will. So, fuck out of here. Very few, like Percy says, Percy says, I want to be with a black woman, and I respect that because he's a man. He's a man. And he needs, as a man, it's the men's job to maintain this shit. That's when you get submission. In that order. And they'll say, well, how come women aren't held to this standard? Because women are women and men are men. So that bullying black women, they still bully a lot of black women to being black male identified and worshiping black men. I mean, you see with the Pickme sphere, they still have successfully bullied them into being that way. But a lot more black women are coming to their senses about this, and a lot more people are coming to their senses about this in general. I saw a clip of a judge, an older black woman judge, who was like, "Ladies, open your options." Michael Dyson, he just talked about the hypocrisy of the black community. Sorry, guys. Let me try to show some of these comments. I'm missing some of your comments. I'm gonna have to assign. I'm gonna have to assign some mods to help me out with this stuff, because Yeah, missing some of y'all's comments. So sorry if I missed your comment. I try to approve it. Okay. I missed some of them, but I've approved as many as I can. Thank you for your patience. Appreciate that. Here's another. Here's another tab. See here? Vintage Pickmeshas. Vintage Pickmeshas. Giving support to people who don't support them. Continuing cycles. Not changing this world and making this world a better place for the younger people. It's like, for what? For what? They can't be trusted. We need to vote them out every chance we get. Because right now, you know, these older women, this is what the Democrats do. They go to the churches, they sign everyone up to vote when they elsewise would not have voted because they're not politically minded. And then they're like, and vote for me because I came here and I said hi to you. Isn't that nice of me? Aren't I great? Obama was my friend. Vote for me. And then they vote for them. We need to vote for progressive candidates, guys. This ain't it. This ain't it. And let me play this. Let me play this Michael Dyson video clip because I feel like, you know, I don't know a lot about him, to be honest, but I feel like, again, more older Black people are starting to speak out about the hypocrisy, about the way Black women are treated amongst other Black people. Let's take a listen to what Michael Dyson has to say about this.
And I know some people got a problem with some of these women married to white men. Yeah, I'm going to go there this morning. Oh, my God. Well, look, I don't know their situation, but this is what I do know. Some of them, a lot of them are dark-skinned Black women, and some Negroes got a problem seeing the beauty in dark-skinned Black women. Don't you be mad because a white boy came along and saw what you threw away. I ain't saying that's everybody. I ain't saying that's everything. I'm not saying it's universal. But before you rag on them, understand the story. Some of these darker-skinned Black women don't get no love. Could be at a place like Harvard, Princeton, and Yale, and the brothers dating all white women. Now that's their choice if they want to do that. But look at the demonization of darkness. Look at the chocolate charm that's being overlooked. Look at it, and we got everything in the book: vanilla vitality, caramel cuteness, chocolate charm, mocha magic. We got it all, bruh. And yet we overlook that, right? Because we think that the white man's water is where? And skin and flesh is sweeter and sexier. So don't be mad at Black women who refusing to be by themselves if they wanted to be a partner, accepted the love and devotion of a white man who saw their value beyond their skin in a way that certain Black men could, or saw the beauty and value in their skin, not transcending their darkness, inhabiting it in delicious fashion. But that's another story. So the thing is
Okay, he was making a lot of crazy faces and stuff in that. I hope you guys could hear that okay. Yeah, that was really surprising to me because most these Gen X boomer Black people, they don't support Black women dating interracially, dating out, expanding our options, doing what Black men are doing on the dating scene. And Black women don't do it at the rates that Black men do and never would. And we certainly, you know, aren't bringing in the caliber of people that they bring in. I'll put it that way. We're not handing out N-word passes, all that type of BS. And I feel like our unions with other people should be respected. You know? Oh my goodness. Yes, you remember that? He looking like a man. Okay, I'll tell you everything. He looking like a man. You know? And like that was it was the way she said it so fast or whatever. I didn't see any type of racial you know, I didn't feel like it was racialized. I didn't. But yeah, people will make it very clear to Black people, you're not supposed to imitate anybody else's voice, but everybody's imitating our voices. Iggy Azalea came over here from Australia, mate. Australia for beer. She came over from Australia, mate. Trying to sound like a Black woman from the South. It's very insulting and disgusting and weird and gross. And who gives them these passes? Who gives them the okay to do this? T.I., Dusty, Jigga Cells. Okay? Right. It was a fucking good. I thought it was fucking comedy. Like, what the fuck? Shit. Because Black people have to put up with a lot in the name of comedy. Black people have to put up with a lot. Black women have to put up with the most when it comes to comedy at our expense. But everybody knows how to draw the line. When it comes to Black women, you can't do this, you can't do that. But everybody's walking around imitating us. It's weird. She said, imagine how bad it would have been if we actually defunded the police. You know, I believe that there's a lot of funds that need to be reallocated. They get a lot of money, you know, to play around. I don't believe that they should have programs with children. I don't think they should be in proximity to children like that. To me, it's propaganda. I've had to live in the hood and deal with the over policing situation in Brooklyn and Harlem, and you know during the stop and frisk years of New York. So all that stuff is things that they can work on, but make no mistake about it, I do not advocate for dismantling police departments. No, I don't. No, I don't. At all. At all. It's just sorry. But people have some weird ideas out here about you know, so like people will get on social media, you know, and they'll be like, I've been abused or I've been assaulted and somebody nearly cut my whole head off, but I still believe that they shouldn't have to go to jail. I'm like, bitch, that's you. That's you. Not everybody has to deal with trauma the way you deal with trauma. If you want to see the person that hurt you out and about, that's on you. I want to see criminals. I want to see violent criminals locked up, put away from society for life, okay? For life. Put them away. People sitting up there talking, oh, jail's hard, and it's supposed to be. Now, I don't agree with people with nonviolent offenses having to sit in jail with people who are violent offenders. But for these violent offenders, I have nothing to say about that. Like, move along, you know, get out of here. There are people that are wrongfully convicted. That's who we need to be fighting for. People that are wrongfully convicted. Not people that we know committed crimes. Talking about some, just nobody should be in jail. What? Fuck out of here. I don't want them living near me. If nobody should be in jail, then let them move into your place. Everybody that feel that way, let them move into your place. All right? Because I don't want people that don't know how to behave around me. At all. Ever. Yeah, they're an absolute disgrace. They're an embarrassment. Exactly. They booed me. Oh, they fucking booed me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I thought it was on point. I was like, you didn't like the voice? Like, I didn't understand what was going on. You know, I didn't understand that there's a general understanding that your black ass better not imitate any other voice but your black ass voices, but everybody else can imitate y'all's. I didn't know that was the flex. So it's so weird and disgusting. NAACP gotta go. Get them out of here. They don't do anything. When was the last time they did anything for anybody? Speaking of organizations that don't do anything for anybody, Black Lives Matter organization, shut that shit down. Shut her down. They didn't do anything for anybody. All you did was piss people off. Was it last summer or 2 summers ago? It was like 2 summers ago. And everybody was like, oh, we're going to treat black people different. And they did. They treated us worse. Now they're treating us worse. Meanwhile, Patricia Queller is sitting around, walking around here with 3-4 mansions. She finessed the hell out of everybody, but it was at the expense of black people. I don't appreciate that. Black Lives Matter got hundreds of millions of dollars in donations, and all they have to show for it is all the women at the top living in mansions and Black Lives Matter being spray painted in yellow down the street. And they bailed out some people from jail that were protesting. But wait a second, didn't Beyonce do that? Didn't Beyonce and Jay-Z bail them out? So what's going on? Shut that shit down. If you're not going to run the organization to help people, shut it down. Scamming and scheming. Melinda says, well, they actually did defund the police for the most part here in LA. That's why it's going crazy. I don't know what's going to happen tonight after the game, but I'm hunkered down. Damn. Yo, Ice Cube, or is it Ice-T? Ice-T posted a video on Twitter of moments like before the game started, and it was like gunshots in LA. And he was just like, welcome to LA. And I'm like, what the hell? Because I've been thinking of moving out there, and what the hell? You know? It ain't safe, it ain't safe. This is crazy. And yeah, they did defund in Northern California as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? Did they defund in Seattle? I believe they've defunded in Seattle, and that looks like a war zone. It looks like the Purge. It looks like the Purge. People are just out there, just like doing whatever they want. Absolutely crazy. Very weird. Very bizarre. Oh. Colby Coco says some of them call themselves sunflowers, other cocoa babies, or cocoa beans. I say they're the Cocoa Collective. Wonderful. All right, awesome. The Cocoa Collective. The Cocoa Collective it is. But I do also like cocoa beans. Very cute. Okay, great. I had an older black woman who gave me attitude for a whole year at the supermarket. I had enough. I told her I was going corporate. She changed her tone quickly. Thank you. Thank you. Change it up. You act like you don't need this job, because I don't need to come here for this shirt. I can order it offline. Why are you behaving like with an attitude? That's where those thuns get it from. Ignorance, not knowing how to behave. Unprofessional. Because I am being professional. Do you think that's professional for you to be sitting here going back and forth with me when you're on the clock with your name badge on, wearing your Macy's work clothes? That's professional to you? No wonder you're in the gutter. Oh, Lord, in retail, too, I had managers like that. That is why I had to get my certificate in something I could not do it and for no money. Exactly. Yep. I couldn't work retail, customer service. Like, luckily, I don't have to, because my husband is like, you don't have to. But I used to have to do those side jobs, survival jobs, for most of my adulthood. It's only been the past few years, also because of the pandemic, that, my husband's like, I don't want you working those jobs during this time, especially. Like, you need to focus on your career the way I'm focusing on my career. So, I got a good man. Coco Collective. Everyone can get smoke when they're disrespecting and trying me or rendering terrible service. Exactly. I got time to date, cuz. Okay? Get the hell out of here. Like, you think I'm just gonna walk away and suck my teeth and click, clack, clickety clack clack with you? No. You're going to be reprimanded. You're going to be reprimanded. You're going to understand how power works, dear. Your old ass ain't know. What's up, RA? Good to see you. Yeah, speak on it. Their sons don't respect them. Thank you. Their sons don't respect them at all. At all. Two very catty people. A vintage Pygmisha and her son. Two of the two cattiest people in the community. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And then these are the men we are expected to be with. Exactly. It's laughable. They're sitting there yelling and screaming at you. My husband has never done that. And his mother is a hot mess. She is a character, a literal character. She is a mess. But he's never, he doesn't yell and scream. And, he always talked to her very respectful. Even when I thought he shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, because his father, okay? Because she has her husband there. That's what these vintage Pygmishas don't understand. Because her husband's right there. And he's not about to disrespect his mother in front of his father. It's just that simple. T.I. and Lil Boosie's sons. Do you mean the women that were like sexually abusing them? Exactly. Like, they're underage and these women are, they're hiring strippers to like put their big fake butts in these boys' faces and stuff. Utter dysfunction. Utter dysfunction. And then you wonder why these guys are just like, give me sex, have my baby on the side, and I'll be on my way. There's no standard set. Oh, Lord. I cannot let my niece and nephew go into no foster care. That's cruel. Exactly, Grizoy. Exactly. I'm like, at the point where everyone is dysfunctional. Everyone is dysfunctional. Y'all can't help y'all siblings, children. Throw everybody away. Throw them all away. Okay? It's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. They have never had a problem telling Black women to do better. Exactly. Do better. She wants to fight me because she wanted to foster my little cousins who are going to lose their dad to cancer. She wanted me to testify that she would be a good foster parent. I told her, hell no. Yes. Yes. Well done. Well done. Because those boys are just going to grow up and hate women because they're with some toxic vintage Pygmisha. We don't need to create more of that. We don't need to facilitate more of that. No. So you did the right thing, Melinda. Good for you. Same. I love intellectuals. Break it down for me, baby. Okay. And I'm telling y'all right now, that's one way that I love to flirt with intelligent men. I'm going to be honest. All you have to do to start flirting with an intelligent man, it's so great, it's so easy, it's so simple. Just ask them questions. They love to answer questions, and you can ask them questions all day, and they have an answer for like everything. Like it's so hot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll be in my doctor's office. I don't care. My husband knows. He knows. that I find my doctor very attractive. Okay. He's an attractive guy. All right. All right. All right. I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to be respectful. But, you know, when I started getting into philosophy, for example, I told my husband this. I started getting into philosophy about 3 years ago. And I've had this doctor for like almost a decade at this point. I got into philosophy like 3 years ago. And I was trying to talk about it with my husband. And he's a very, cerebral, intelligent man, but philosophy is not his thing, right? He doesn't want to explore his mind in that capacity, right? He wants everything to be math and science and, economics and world history. Those are the things that he likes. Okay. So business, maybe he thinks that philosophy is too feminine. I don't know. But he wasn't into it, like when I was trying to talk about it with him. And I felt that he was, dismissive and just not really joining me in my conversations about it. And so I was telling my doctor that I was into philosophy. And he was like, "Oh, really? What are you looking into?" And he starts naming some philosophers. And I swear to God, I was like, "Oh my God, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so." I was like, "Oh my God." Woo! I had to start fanning myself. I was like, You want to know about what I'm learning in my journey in philosophy? And he was like, "Yeah, tell me all about it." I was like, "Oh my God. He wants me. He wants me." Okay. Period. Okay. This is how I set myself up, falling for these smart guys, because smart men are genuinely curious and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, my doctor, he's very, he'll call, he makes home calls. Okay, you want to make a home visit? He'll call and be like, "Just check in and make sure everything's okay with you, with this and that." Haven't heard from him in a while, so I'll probably hear from him soon. And he's got the dark hair and the blue eyes. Case closed. He's got good teeth because he's a doctor. Girl, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing when it comes to these smart men. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. I'm just, even now. Okay. All right. It's being disrespectful. It's, it's getting disrespectful. Okay. I'm just saying, attractive men, the way they ask you questions and the way you can ask them anything, and the conversation is so lit. I remember there's family members of mine, she's light skinned, and like all the guys she dated were light skinned. I thought it was so weird. I was like, where are these light skinned guys coming from? I've never even seen them before. Anyways, every guy she ever brought around, except for one, okay, they never had anything to say. They would just sit there like zombies, like Frankenstein or something. I'm like, can you speak, bruh? Do you have anything to say about anything? They never had anything to say. They wouldn't even say hi. They wouldn't even say hi. And I was like, are you afraid to speak? Like, if you speak, you're going to be found out or something. It's so weird, and it's so unattractive to me. It's so unattractive. I don't get it. But, apparently they had swag or something. I don't know. Swag to me is making a lot of money and being intelligent and being respected. That's swag to me. And that'll never change. Intellectuals can have a back and forth conversation. Exactly. What's up, Alexander Brandon? Good to see you. Bloop, bloop. Okay. The men get such a huge pass. It's so disgusting. Yep. She just saw them as a check. I couldn't do it, but I don't really have to do anything because she got let go of her job at Head Start, where she was working for 20 plus years for abusing an autistic boy. Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, these evil, evil vintage Pickmeshas. Ah! Ah. St. Pretty says, a man who can speak on what he does with pride and confidence. Yes. Yes. Those qualities are so important. So important. If you don't find that attractive and you're a woman and you're sitting here seriously talking about wanting a high value man, then you're playing yourself, sis. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You better start finding these intelligent men attractive. You better start finding men that work hard and have their own businesses and want women to be women. They don't want women to go 50-50 with them. You better start finding those men attractive quickly because they get snatched up. Now all these women is glaring at me and my husband, mad because they don't have them. But you didn't want it when he was in college and he was a nerd. You wanted the cool guys, right? Huh. Yes, I find discipline, integrity, and strong work ethic uber sexy. So sexy. So sexy. I don't care what anybody says. I feel like my doctor. I'm just sorry, I keep telling them. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay. Woo. God, I love a sexy, attractive, intelligent man. Yep, for BM, college is sex tourism 101 majority of the time. Where the fuck is your education, sir? What did you learn? Who can trust you to do a job with responsibility? The people need to know. Exactly. They run around there like they just have no discipline whatsoever. Every year they get thinned out. It's less and less of them. By the time you graduate, it's a handful of them left. And then they want to major in poli-sci and criminal justice. Those fields are oversaturated. You know where they need people? In engineering, in technology, things that are difficult, right? So you got to study, and then you would be successful. But no, they want to go thinking that they're going to be some lead attorney, ending up on YouTube. Okay. Most of them can't pass the bar. Exactly. These dudes now think being a nerd is liking animals and not showering. Or dude who kept striking out. Exactly. They're like, oh, they didn't like me because I was a nerd. No, you didn't shower. The answer is you didn't shower. That's why nobody liked you. Because you smelled like old Cheetos. All right? And funky socks. That's why nobody didn't like you. Nobody cares that you were watching anime. That doesn't make you smart. Okay? Okay. They need to have critical thinking skills for one. That's exactly it. Undefined artists. They don't have critical thinking skills. Well said. They lack critical thinking skills. They lack a proper psychological infrastructure to function the way men are supposed to function in this world. And what they want is for you to pretend that that's not happening so that you can submit to them, go 50-50 with them, put up with their bullshit, put up with their vintage Pickmesha attitudes that they got from their struggling, perpetual single mothers. Ain't nothing wrong with being a single mother, but perpetually, come on. Fool me once. Fool me, you can't fool me again, okay? Period. Back then and even now, black boys thought being a nerd was liking anime and not showering, or if they couldn't get the quiches they wanted. Exactly. I'm like, yo, it's about being educated, guys. They do the bare minimum. To be honest, they are not well-rounded. It's true. Oh, they end up wanting intelligent Black women after they see them with non-Black men. Being with non-Black men legit has Black continually shooting their shot at Black women they normally overlook. It's so true. It's so true. I got hit on more by Black men after I got with my husband. And I'll be honest with you. 19, 20-year-old Black men. It's crazy. I'm like, son, okay? Son, I have students your age, former students your age. Like, what are you doing? I'm not going to be your sugar mama. That's not going to happen. One, men learn how to be more hygienic as they get older. I'll put it that way. I'm not really interested in 19 to 25, even 30-year-old guys because, a lot of things when it comes to hygiene for them is optional. Brushing their teeth is optional. Things like that. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? So, plus, like, you don't have any money. I don't need your money, but I mean, you gotta have some. Like, who's gonna pay for the dates? I'm not paying for this date. So it's just so weird that they hit on me and they're like so young. It's very bizarre, I remember one time these boys looked like they were like 17, 18, and they were like hitting on me, and my husband was right there. They do that a lot too. Like, he'll be right there and they'll. I told y'all before there was a guy in a chicken suit in Manhattan. He was hitting on me. My husband was right there. I was like, disrespectful as fuck. In a chicken suit, no less. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Okay. Oh my goodness. Child, these men would. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so true. You see more and more stories of them doing this. But no smoke for the deadbeat daddies that left them. No smoke for them. That's why I said leave them at the market. You're better off leaving them at the market, because if you keep them and you take care of them, they're just going to blame you for keeping them. So drop them off at the market. That's where they want to be. They want to be at the market. Okay? They want to be at the market and think somebody going to pick them up and give them some Daddy Warbucks life. You're not Annie. You're not going to get a Daddy Warbucks life if your mom doesn't take care of you the way your daddy didn't want to. So you need to be appreciative, okay? Oh gosh, she going in. Exactly. Straight up. Vote them out. Vote them out. More Black women need to vote their own interests and not for the interests of the community. Exactly, Sitting Pretty. Exactly. Something going on. Suspicious. I'll tell you that. I was shocked Michael said what he said. Michael who? Sorry. I'm trying to catch up with these comments. Chew rocks with no teeth before I vote in the interest of the community. Facts. Because what is the interest of the community? To continue this dysfunction? No, we need better schools. We need more money put into these schools, first and foremost. That's what I believe. Birth control, family planning. He's wanted Black women to settle before. I fully believe this is pandering promotion to get ahead of Black women expressing autonomy through divesting. I just said this in a live. Prepare for the pandering promotion. Good call, Call Me Coco. Because like I said, I was like, he didn't never seem like he was on board with that. Now all of a sudden he gets it. Pandering. That's a good call. Call Me Coco. And, it's not like I was going to go buy one of his books or anything anyways, but I thought, maybe he'll be somebody worthwhile listening to now. But no, you're absolutely right. When they have those pandering talking points, they don't They don't stay consistent with it. They'll throw that out there and then they go right back to their usual talking points. And you're right. I have seen him associated with trying to keep Black women settling. So you're absolutely right. True. I told you they do that in at these PWIs in high school and college. See, I agree. Since I woke up to the truth, I realized to do so is literally vote against my personal safety and initiatives. I cannot believe I was a social justice warrior at one point, but grace. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of ways that things can be changed when it comes to how police interact with Black people, without a doubt. But I would never live in a city where they have defunded. And you say that's what they did in LA. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be moving to LA at some point. What the hell? Y'all got to get it together. I mean, I know that they're vicious out there, but it's vicious out there. At the end of the day, in these police departments, what you have are people who don't want to lose their life, even though that's part of the game, right? But they don't want to lose their lives, going out dealing with people. So they become vicious as they're worried that things are for them, right? I think they got to figure out a better way to do things, but it's looking lawless out here. It's looking lawless. It really is. And you can't depend on the police to protect yourself. That's why we're going to be taking self-defense and martial arts classes this year. Hoping that there's no more large outbreaks going on. That's something that my husband and I are looking into, because it's like, and of course we're going to be at at the gun range, all that. You gotta know how to protect yourself. You can't depend on law enforcement because they don't feel like that's part of their job really anyways, especially when you're a Black woman. So Lord, it's just so dangerous out here. The radical left want anarchy and to abolish police protections entirely. Yeah, they say some of the craziest stuff, I swear. Some of the craziest stuff I've heard. They're like, let everyone go! Then let them go to your house. Let them go to your house. Let them go to your community. I don't want to see them in mine at all. At all. A lot of times they'll complain about how hard it is to get a job after you're a felon, after being a convicted felon. Well, you should have thought about that before you committed a felony. Hello? That's why they make it hard. It's hard to get a job when you do everything right and you go to college and you follow the rules. And then you want to complain about how hard it is to get a job after being a convicted felon? You gotta be kidding me. It's pandering hard because if more Black women divest, eventually they'll stop listening to him because they'll remember some of his past shows basically requiring women to settle. Yep. True. That's why I'm like, he was making all these weird faces. If you see the video, I'm like, why does he look like a minstrel show right now? The faces he's making, so weird. Because he wasn't being sincere. But what he said was the truth, even though he wasn't sincere about it, from his own heart or whatever, it still was the truth of what he said. So, and he knows the truth, he just don't care. Like most of these, just like these vintage pygmishas, the Gen X boomer men are no different and no better. They're really not. They dropped the ball on the civil rights movement. That cannot be forgiven. I know y'all didn't think the work was over. And now we got to do all this work in 2022. I mean, that's just crazy. We're supposed to be flying in flying cars and looking at holograms and traveling in different portals to different dimensions. It's supposed to be the future, baby. And instead, I'm sitting up here fighting for voting rights. Are you kidding me? Really? So what's the NAACP for? What's the Congressional Black Caucus for? If I'm supposed to be out here fighting for voting rights, Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Black Lives Matter is under investigation for misrepresentation of funds, and they can't conduct business in 2 states. They need to not be able to conduct business in any state. And I saw that they're under investigation. Frauds, fraudulent. She's talking about something. I sold books. Your books didn't get you 3 mansions, boo. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. I've been said they were trash. No one listened. Yep, I feel you. I feel you. I was telling people for years, literally like after that first year, they made all that money. I was like, y'all need to stop giving them all that money because y'all saw all they did was spray plate Black Lives Matter in yellow down the sidewalk. And they didn't do nothing else with that money. They didn't give it to the schools. They didn't, make programs for women and children. They didn't do nothing else with that money for the people. So don't donate to them. If you're trying to donate to Black people, then you need to donate directly to Black people. But everybody just kept donating to them. I was like, you guys are weird. Shut them down. Yep. Shut it all down. Shut them down. Any org with Pickme, shut them down. Because these people aren't trying to make life better for us. And if you're not trying to make life better for me, you're out of here. I'll vote for Bernie Sanders. If somebody's going to be in office not making life better for me, then I'll vote for Bernie Sanders. I'm not going to vote for you. And you supposed to be representing me? Hell nah. Hell to the nah. If you look at these congressional Black Congress members right now, you've got Clyburn. He's a boomer, a Black congressman. He don't do shit for Black people. And he'll be talking for the Congressional Black Caucus, and he'll be talking about what he's doing for other groups of people. But those other groups of people, their representatives aren't doing anything for Black people. So nobody in office is doing anything for Black people. That's the gist. For Black women, for Black children, for our safety, for our protection. Nobody's doing anything. Get them the hell out of here. All right? I promise y'all, I'll run for office. I will run for office. And I'll get the job done. They won't be able to buy me out because I got morals. You see, what you got to understand is these people are being bought out because they don't have no money. They don't come from families with money and all that ish. So somebody says, here's $50,000 for you to focus on somebody that's not part of your group. They'll take it. I've seen it firsthand on the city level, how these politics work. Okay? They'll take any little handout that they're given to switch up and not do anything for the Black community. They will. Because they're broke. When your politicians can always be bought out, it's the same thing in Africa. Why do you think you have a continent full of Black people and they're still being colonized? Because their leaders sell them out like that. Somebody from China comes and says, here's $1 million. Give us all this land. Okay, bet. They don't care about the people. It's heartbreaking. It's horrible to have to see that. It really is. The Black community is going through so much homelessness and mental health crisis. Very true. What is the purpose of the NAACP and Black Lives Matter if they can't provide solutions to the main issues plaguing the community? Well said, Princess Pearl. Well said. Wow. She said, don't move to LA. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. I got to take that into consideration for right now because you're telling me the honest truth. The way people aren't going to tell the honest truth. I'm not trying to be around a bunch of crime and violence, As it is, I live in the outskirts of New York City now, in the burbs. And so, if that's what I got to do, because this is crazy. I mean, even if you live in the hills, I feel like, is it safe? Is it safe enough? I mean, I don't know if I can afford the hills. when I moved there. So, geez, crazy. It's going back to how it was in the 90s. It's really bad out here. Yeah, the same thing with New York. Terrible. And that's what's happening across America. Do not move to LA. They defunded the police down there. That's been on the news for a while. Wow. Damn. Then again, you are in acting, so I can see why you'd be thinking about it. Yes, that's the only reason I'm thinking about it. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know. This is scary. Very scary. I was born and raised in California. Don't move to LA, whatever you do, unless it's Orange County. Probably move to San Diego. It's a big city. There's a culture there, and it is a lot safer than LA. Yeah. I was thinking Orange County, actually, or San Diego. I mean, it's far, to drive into LA for auditions, but safety first. Safety first. One of my best girlfriends, who was a model from LA, has invited me to move out to Seattle and join her. Both cities are going down the drain, so at least we can have safety in numbers being together. Aww. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's very scary. I'm actually trying to move out of the city right now. Sadly, I'm right in the heart of it. Jesus. Homeless men and crazy people are attacking service workers everywhere. Yep, same thing here. And these guys want to ignore the fact that a large percentage of the homeless population is them. A large percentage of the people who are homeless and suffering from these mental crises are them. Pickme Sphere don't want to talk about that and try to help these dudes out. They just want to stroke their ego. Hey, if you actually care about these guys, start trying to find some resources to get them off the streets to help their mental health out. Oh, because you don't actually care about them. You just need your egos validated and some kibbles and bits thrown your way and to be told you're the good black woman. Whatever. They tell me I'm a good black woman every day. Yes, they do. Sound like Peter Griffin. Okay. Oh my goodness. Intellectuals rule. Her. Okay. Where they at? Shit. Asking a smart man questions is an easy way to let them flex a little while giving them space to ask you out. It's a win-win, baby. It's a win-win. Find out what he's interested in and ask away. Okay? I'll meet through my husband, other smart men with money, right? And I'll be like, "Oh, where are you from?" And they'll be like, "I'm from Russia." And I'll be like, "Oh," and then they'll say like something else about Russia that I don't know. And then I'll ask them a question about it. They'll go on and on. And they will talk and talk to you. Next thing you know, and they know, they're falling in love. It's just that simple. Okay. Okay, of course I can't fall in love with me because I'm already taken. But you see what I'm saying? I recognize, like, oh my God, it would be so easy for a woman that wants to level up and be in a hypergamous relationship. It's candy for a baby asking these guys questions. Okay? Just make sure you're beautiful and, look into their eyes, make direct eye contact. I love doing that. Oh, yes, philosophy is... I think philosophy saved my life, to be honest. So, girl, let me tell you. I'm like, it's almost not fair. Because my husband would be like, "Your doctor calling you again?" I'm like, calm down, relax. He is so professional. He has never been unprofessional. That being said, if he wants to get unprofessional, okay. And he knows it. Okay. He knows it because I'm a really bad flirt. I'm like, I think you're hot. Like, I would just go to there. You know what I'm saying? So he knows. He knows, but he's professional. And it makes me feel safe, knowing that, he tries to, because it's so hard for Black women in the medical system, and, you know, our concerns aren't taken seriously. And I feel like he really takes my concerns seriously. And as serious as I take them, no, but as seriously as a medical professional should, and that makes me, just happy, And but yeah, he is McSteamy. Okay, he's not like McDreamy, McSteamy, where he's like tall and he's like regular height, but that's okay. I keep telling y'all, it's not all about looks, but he has a very cute look, a very doctor look, and he has intelligent eyes. I love intelligent eyes. Oh, yes. Exactly. That's swag to me, baby. Okay. STEM is where the husbands are. I told my husband, because he's on a business trip, and I said, don't. I said, make sure you don't talk to any women. Okay. And he was like, well, there's just not a lot of women in this field. Like he's almost never worked a job where a woman was a direct component of his group, of the group of people that he works with daily. He's never, like, there'll be a secretary or, an assistant or something like that, but it's not a lot of women in his field. So you don't have to, that's what I'm talking about. Even better to get a STEM husband. Get you a STEM husband, okay? Because when you get you a doctor husband, you got to worry about women like me, okay? You got to worry about women like me because I love intelligent men, okay? Okay. You got to worry about women like me who are sapiosexuals, who are finding them attractive as fuck, okay? And you got to worry about those nurses that they work with, all right? Because they're always working together. You get you a STEM husband. They don't work with women. I'm telling you, it's a win-win, baby. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. I haven't had to worry about another woman ever. Besides this woman next door. Did I tell you guys about this woman next door? There's a Black woman that lives next door to me, right? And she's seen me and my husband together and whatnot. And next thing I know, every time you see her, she like, Miss Parker. Miss Parker. She outside wearing her little nightie, bending over, watering the flowers. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. And she thick and she curvy. Oh, yeah, I seen her. And my husband's like, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't even seen her. I'm like, you lying motherfucker. Okay? I know you seen her. Because I seen her. She lived right next door. All right? She lives like 2 houses over. Okay. Because I go hard for mine. Okay. But I actually think it's a little funny. To be honest, I have a very weird sense of humor. I think it's kind of funny, because I'm like, is she trying to like get his attention? Like, I mean, okay. We'll see how it goes. I'm crazy. We'll see how it goes. All my exes come from STEM like me. Oh, and you're smart. You're smart. Can't pass the bar. They can't. Now, the government actually posted want ads to hire computer hackers. Go figure. Yeah. I mean, that's where the money is. Stop going to school talking about some poli-sci, criminal justice, communication, advertising. Go to school, get a degree that will guarantee you a job, especially as a man. Y'all don't need to be trying stuff out. You need to just be trying to make money. That's what men do. They make money. Stop having dreams. They'll be like, I have a dream that you're not Martin Luther King. Nobody cares about your dream. Hang it up. Go get a job that makes money. Okay? Quickly. Like we're always like the nerdy girls when we get with white and not. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so interesting because these guys, I wasn't cool enough. I wasn't talking to them like this and, doing whatever, dressing cool. And, I just dressed like my nerdy self and all that. Yeah. I was a theater nerd, the end, right? But now, all of a sudden, like I said, more than ever. And it's very bizarre because I'm like, I mean, what y'all want me to do about that? What you want me to do about it? That's something I can do. I was in the NAACP club, and this black man was literally an apologist for white people and saying that we can teach. Oh, 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 they're the worst. They are the worst. That's why they wanted to integrate, so that they would stop being strung up from trees for being with these non-black women. That's why a lot of them wanted to integrate, because they didn't use the integration as an opportunity. Like, why would you want to eat in a diner with people that would spit in your food? Why would you fight for that? It's so bizarre to me. It's so bizarre to me. Y'all should have been fighting for educational opportunities and for the government to, give equal, because the government understand this. The government gives other people money. I know we talk and make a lot of jokes about how, they're like, oh, black guys are always asking the government for money. The government gives other groups of people money. Okay, they historically have given white, Asian, Hispanic peoples, Native Americans, reparations and or handouts money. They've given them money so that they can build. You can't build out of nowhere, out of nothing, right? So instead of fighting for that, they're fighting to, like, why are we sitting in a restaurant? If they don't want us here, let's go. They can't cook anyways. I don't get it. They focused on the wrong things when it came to integration. Now they want to say, well, integration is a fail. Yeah, because y'all allowed it to fail. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you. That's why I put that vintage Pickme in her place. I had that before. A school kid, like maybe 8 to 10 years, told his friends, ooh, she got that moolah, while I was picking up kids around. Like, what grown ass man said that? Girl, it was some kid. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And I actually had to be like, because I was like, a few years back, like 3 years back, I was like just trying to be nice. I really was. Like, I'm just trying to be nice to people. But when you are nice to men, they think you want to sleep with them, or they think they deserve to sleep with you, and things like that. So I was just trying to be nice, conversing with guys, black and white. And I had men just coming at me like very sexually aggressive. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, I thought we were talking about a topic. Why are you, what I'm saying? I'm not sexually undisciplined. So I don't care about your dick pics. I don't care about any of that stuff at all. I have sexual discipline. That doesn't do it for me at all. Now, you should have sent me a picture of your bank account. Maybe that would have done something, but hey, Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. They want white people to accept them and embrace them so bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, move along. I have white friends to this day. I have white friends, but I'm not looking for a group of people to, like me or validate me or anything like that. Like, it is what it is. But that's what they do, and they do it at the expense of black women. They throw us under the bus to say, okay, look, we can all treat them like crap. Just let me in. Yeah, we can make fun of black women all day. Just let me in. Be nice to me. They're so pathetic. Black Lives Matter made $1 billion and said, I'm a head out. Right? Yo, facts. That was crazy. Would it make you feel better if I sent 6-foot Japanese men with half of their hair tied up in knots to ask your cousin why he's screaming, you gonna call the law on me, outcome better? I don't know what you're talking about, Kinder. This looks like a troll to me. I don't know what you're talking about. at all. If you can't articulate yourself, get the fuck off my channel before I cuss your ass out. Because I have no idea what you're talking about, but you look like you're trying to piss me off, and you can't do it because I live in a gated community. I got a pool that I never even swam in, and you're giving broke vibes. I don't know who you are, Kinder. I don't recognize you. Hop off my channel because you really played yourself. Straight the fuck up. Take your broke ass on. Yes, it was absolutely right, but his intent is disingenuous and impure. He was looking for a yes, tell the truth. Yep, yep, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Black Lives Matter yellow signs everywhere. It's so performative. Then I see GF on wall buildings next to Breonna Taylor. Yeah. They have entire statues of George Floyd. I mean, if that's not some of the most performative mess you've ever seen, there's so many people who lose their lives to, police brutality. So, I mean, and you really look at this. Look at this shit. I can't marry you all. I can provide my services which result in injury to people. What are you talking about? Get your mentally ill ass off my channel, freak. Oh, God, what a freak. All you got to do is ask, and I love what I do. It makes girls like me. I don't know who you're talking. You're about to get blocked. You're going to be blocked. That's what's going to happen. I'm sitting up here. You're blocked. You're blocked. Fuck out of here. I don't have any. Goodbye. I don't have any interest in what you have to say. You seem mentally ill. Take your broke ass on. Like you really think you can come over here on some bullshit? Take your ugly broke ass the fuck on. I keep telling y'all, you gonna come to my channel, it's gonna be on some fucking respect shit. I don't care who you are. You're a fucking freak, weirdo. Goodbye. Ha, you're done. Lucy Lash. She said, block Lucy Lash as well. Because you're not going to come on my channel disrespectful. Okay, bet. I honestly, Lucy Lash, if you were saying something, you should have said it better, because I trust Call Me Coco, and you're out of here. Fuck out of here. Don't come on my channel on no bullshit, you mentally ill fucking freaks. I'm not here for play. I'm having a conversation with people who want to have this conversation. Fuck is you here for if you're not providing anything productive? I can tell you're broke through the fucking screen, yo. Get a life. Go touch some grass. Fucking weirdo ass losers. Okay. Yeah, I'm not here for that shit. Anyways, back to the fam, back to the Steelies. I remember in class I mentioned that Black Lives Matter is fraud. The fakes are taking over. Maria told me, no, it's not. It's actually helpful because it brings awareness. They ain't know before, girl. I'm the right. How you gonna tell us what Black Lives Matter is doing? It's not doing shit. All it did was give people an excuse and a conduit. Basically, it was a conduit for these people to express their anti-blackness. I mean, that's really all it was. Like, Black Lives Matter, like, you get the fuck out of here. It didn't do shit. It didn't save George Floyd. Anyways, they got George Floyd statues. I mean, the performative activism is out of this world. So sorry that I didn't peep. Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't peep that before you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna have to assign some mods because this is insane. So yeah. I don't know a lot about assigning mods. If you assign a mod, block party, woo! If you assign a mod, can they access your YouTube studio, or can they just see the comments that are on your channel? I'm a little confused about that because I'd like to assign a mod or two. That's crazy. I mean, you guys know it usually here. I don't usually have to deal with trolls. Like, we're trying to have a productive conversation. Anyways, I want to assign mods, but I am worried about how much access they get to your account. So, let me know if you know if Call Me Coco, if you're still here. They can't access anything in your studio. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if you wouldn't mind, Call Me Coco being a mod, let me know. And also, Melinda Sadler, if the two of you ladies wouldn't mind being my mods, let me know and I will assign you. It's only in the live chat that they can delete comments or block people. Okay. Yeah. So Call Me Coco and Melinda Sadler, if you guys are still here and you wouldn't mind being mods for me, let me know. I would appreciate that. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you guys let me know, just because I see you guys a lot here in the chat. And if you guys don't want to, then I'll find and ask some other people. But yeah, I don't want that happening again. And like, it's like, what are you talking about? Very weird. Okay, great. Thank you. Call Me Coco. I appreciate that. I don't know if you're still around, Melinda, but I'll ask you later if you're not, Melinda Sadler. Okay, so I will assign you as a moderator. All right, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate your help. I'm gonna get going. We've been here for a while. I can't get all y'all comments, but I really appreciate y'all being here. Santa Barbara or Ventura. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I don't want to assign you as a mod if you don't want to do it, Melinda Sadler, because I mean, that's not your responsibility. So let's see. So New York is the gutter. Santa Barbara or Ventura. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that, because I am looking. Yeah, and I would like some of the comments. Oh, that's okay, Melinda Sadler. I feel you on that. Thank you. But thank you for your suggestions about LA. I appreciate it. Let's see. I'd like to get one more person as a mod before I go, because I know Call Me Coco is very busy with her channel. Grizzoy, if you're still here, Grizzoy, and you'd like to be a moderator, let me know. And ROA, if you're still here and would like to be a moderator, please let me know. I'm just asking people that I see often in my chat for now. So I'll ask and add more as we go along. But Grizzoy and or ROA, if you guys would like to be mods, let me know and I will make you mods. All right. That's really it. You know, I think we had a good conversation about these vintage. Let's see. Black Widow Rose said you can sign me as a mod if you want. Oh no. Something's happening. Lord. What is going on? Okay. Okay, Black Widow Rose. I've seen you here before, so I'll sign you as a mod as well. Thank you. Appreciate. All right. So, all right. So I signed you guys as mods. I don't know if you can see that you are mods or if that worked. You know, let me know. And I appreciate you guys' help and for being here. I've never assigned mods before, so I'm new to it as well. But yeah, we definitely can't have all that spam and whatnot. It was a well-rounded convo. We also had some great laughs along the way. Absolutely, I had a great time. The spamming trolls thing threw me off because it was a lot, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Weird. People are weird. But yes, so Black Widow Row and Call Me Coco, I signed you guys as mods. Please let me know if you can see that you are mods before I head out. Okay, Black Widow Row says she's a mod on multiple channels. Okay, so you know what you're doing. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, let me know if that worked. Call Me Coco and Black Widow Row, making you guys mods. And again, ROA. There's somebody else too that I mentioned. You know, ladies that are usually here. I'll ask you guys if you want to be mods as well, because I know that you guys are busy with other channels and stuff. Okay, great. Wonderful. It worked. Great. Great combo. You know, I really wanted to do this because it upset me. It upsets me that Black people don't support each other. It upsets me that these older Black women have never really supported us. And then it's like the minimal amount I interact with you is trash. It's like, when does it end? You know? And so I wanted to get on here. My husband said, he's like, go talk to the ladies about it, you know? And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go talk with the ladies about it. And, you know, like, not feel so isolated in this experience, because I didn't want that to happen. You know, I didn't want to have to talk to her manager, and you know what I'm saying, but it's just like I get tired of it, and none of us should have to put up with that. And they need to know that you might get fake respected while you're at church, you know, giving the pastor your last $50 for tithes and offerings. But in the real world, if you haven't put in work to make this world a better place for younger Black women and girls, you're not going to be getting respect just because you exist. And you're damn sure not going to get respect when you're hostile and being a vintage Pickme, okay? You're not. So I want us to move forward and have that understanding. You don't have to give these women respect when they're not making this world a better, safer place for us. You know, you can just ignore them, and it is what it is. I saw we were waiting in line, and my husband was trying on his clothes in the dressing room, in the male dressing room. And an older white woman was waiting with us, and she was having a conversation. She was having a conversation with us, and her husband was in the dressing room as well. And then another younger white lady comes over, and the older white woman says to her, "There's a line." That younger white lady walked right past her. She didn't say anything. She didn't acknowledge her presence because her husband was in the dressing room. So she wasn't waiting in line. Her husband was in the dressing room. She wasn't like, mind your business, or my husband's in the dressing room, or, you know, she wasn't like, shut up, don't talk to me. She just ignored her. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we have that right to do that with these elders in our community who didn't stand up for us and didn't do what they were supposed to do to make this world a better place for us. I'm sorry, but they got to earn it the way everybody else has got to earn it. You don't just get to get old and get respect. You know, I put the work in that I'm putting in right now in the hopes that when I'm older, you know, younger people will respect me for the work that I've done to make this world a better place for them. Truly. Okay. And I told you guys on this broadcast, and I mean it. I am going to run for office one day. Okay. What office? I'm not sure. Maybe president of the United States. Okay. But I see politics in my future. I really do. Because I want to make this world a better place. So keep that in mind. Okay. Vote for DanieSteel. Okay. All right. I heart you guys. You guys rock. I don't really have a schedule for my lives right now. So, yeah. I try to make it every Tuesday and Thursday that I drop a video of some sort, but I don't really have one as of yet. But I just try to make sure I get you guys, 2 or 3 videos a week at this point. Absolutely. It's upsetting because it's unnatural. It's just unnatural. Yay, wonderful. Thank you. Woohoo! I have mods. Wow. I'm a real YouTuber. I'm officially a real YouTuber. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. Yeah, I do. Thank you, Call Me Coco. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. And thank you for being my mod. I really appreciate it. You have a very successful channel and you don't have to show me support, and you do. And I really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like just because you are old doesn't make you an elder. Exactly. You got to earn that elder status. You got to earn it. Absolutely. All right. I heart you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'll see you guys very soon. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your night. And I